Hello and welcome to today's Capping Corner. We're going to talk about the Pacific Classic on Saturday at Del Mar, and it's a 9-horse field for older horses. Now, it's very competitive. I don't think the odds reflect a standout in this race, but the favorite is going to be Express Train. Well, he is the favorite on the morning line. He's 3-1, and he just won the San Diego Handicap. He was third in the Hollywood Gold Cup. He was third in the Oakland Handicap. Earlier in the year, he was also second in the Santa Anita Handicap, and he won the San Pascal. I don't know. I think he's kind of disappointing sometimes. I was disappointed with his Oakland race. I was disappointed in his Hollywood Gold Cup. He was no match for Country Grammar and Royal Ship, even though he did beat Royal Ship in the San Diego Handicap. What do you think of Express Train?
Express Train is a horse that usually runs well. He lost in the Gold Cup at 10 furlongs against Royal Ship. And this time he had a bit of excuse because he broke a bit slow. He was no threat in that race. Then he rebounded in the San Diego Handicap, but that was at 1 and 1/16. Now he's back to 10 furlongs. I'm not sure he really likes the 10 furlong distance. He's going to be the favorite, and he could have a similar ability to some horses in this race. So I'm trying with another price.
Right. He wasn't that much better than Royal Ship. Royal Ship was third in the San Diego. He lost by a length and a quarter. But you could probably forgive it because maybe he wasn't being trained to that race. He was second in the Hollywood Gold Cup to Country Grammar, and he was well ahead of Express Train, like I said. And he also won the Californian. I think if he repeated the Gold Cup effort or the Californian, he would probably win the Pacific Classic. What do you think?
Yes, Royal Ship in his last race, he saved ground. However, that wasn't a really great trip because he was stuck on the rail. He was waiting and waiting for room. And sometimes that's not the best trip for a horse. The distance was shorter. Now he's going to 10 furlongs again. I think that distance is better for him. And this time the pace setup would benefit him because there is more speed in He's a Magician. I think he's going to take the lead. Also, Independence Hall can show speed. So the pace setup, I think, would work this time for Royal Ship.
I agree. And if he's really second choice, then maybe that's a bit of value. Let's talk about Dr. Post, who is 4-1 on the morning line. And I also think he's pretty good. I liked his Monmouth Cup when he closed from fifth to he won by a length over Night Ops. Night Ops was a good second to Art Collector in the Aludar Stakes at Saratoga. I'm just not sure if Dr. Post wants 10 furlongs. I don't know if his pedigree is up for that, but he did win at 9 furlongs. So what do you think of Dr. Post?
Dr. Post is a horse with talent. He's a talented horse. And I agree, I'm not sure he wants 10 furlongs. However, he won last time out in 9 furlongs on a great style. And he's in top form. I think he has a legit shot in this spot.
Let's move on to Tis a Magician, who's 5-1 on the morning line. And I don't know if this horse likes 10 furlongs. I think he's better at a marathon distance. Last time he won the Cougar 2 handicap or the Cougar 2 stakes on this course. That was a 1.5 miles. He was second at Belmont in the Brooklyn, and that was a 1.5 miles. He won the Tokyo City Cup by 9 lengths. That was also a 1.5 miles. But when he competed in the Big Cap at 10 furlongs, he was fifth. And I don't think he was tired in the Big Cap. I just think he couldn't quicken in the lane because it was only a 10 furlong race. What do you think of Tis a Magician?
Oh, okay. It seems we are agreeing in mostly of those horses. Tis a Magician is a marathonist. He really likes 12 furlongs, and 10 furlongs, it seems, is a bit sharp for him. I think he's going to show speed again, but the distance is not the best for him. But I really think he's going to be a factor on the race. It seems he's going to help Royal Ship to win, because the pace would be a bit fast with him.
You think he's going to the lead?
I think he's going to be sent because if he's not be sent, the other horse is express trained, but this magician is more a one-dimensional horse. He needs to be on the lead
or he's probably not going to have a good chance.
Yeah.
He did contest the lead in the Santa Anita handicap, but as I said, he was one paced in the lane. He couldn't keep up, and he faded to fifth. So I'm not going to pick him. Is he going to be in your top three at all?
Well, not this magician. I think he could hit the board, but I'm not sure he can win the race. Yeah, there is an interesting horse, Tripoli. This is a horse with a turf pedigree, but it looks like he overcame that blood because he handled very well the dirt at California.
Right. He was only second by half a length in the San Diego handicap, and that's not a lot of difference between him and Express Train. Yet he's 5-1 on the boarding line, and Express Train is 3-1. You're probably getting the same ability for a higher price, and for that reason, he's probably in my top three. I think Tripoli would be a good bet in this race.
My question is, can he close at 10 furlongs? Because it's not the same to close at 1/16 to close at 10 furlongs.
That is a question. Although, if you just take a glance at the pedigree and you see Kitten's Joy over a Tappet mare, you would assume that he could get 10 furlongs, but it's still not proven yet. I get what you're saying. I mean, he's only run 9 furlongs once, and he was fourth in that race. So that's why he has to be a higher price. I mean, if he's like 3-1 or 2-1, you wouldn't want Tripoli, but maybe at 5-1.
Okay.
Independence Hall is 5-1 as well. And Independence Hall, I thought he had a good start to his comeback last fall when he won an allowance race at 6.5 furlongs. But then he was fifth in the Malibu Stakes. He was third in the Pegasus World Cup. That was a pretty good effort. He was fourth in the Santa Anita Handicap, and he was third by 9 lengths in the Californian. I don't think he wants 10 furlongs. I think he needs to cut back to like a mile or a mile and 1/16. What do you think of Independence Hall?
Yes, Independence Hall is a horse that has distance limitations, and he's more a miler horse. He's running route races because he has some class, but I think his best is 1 mile.
Right. Even though he ran third in the Pegasus World Cup, he only lost the next go by 3 lengths.
Yeah, that was a really good race. But again, this is 10 furlongs. That is too much for him.
Right. Yeah, I used to like this horse on the Derby Trail, but I was wrong to like him. Let's talk about a long shot, Cupid's Claws, who was second in the Cougar 2 to Tizzip Edition. He lost by 2.25 lengths. I think he's a marathon horse as well. I mean, he won the Tokyo City Cup last year by 7 lengths over Tizzip Edition. He was no factor in the marathon race on the Breeders' Cup undercard, but he probably wants more distance. What do you think of Cupid's Claws?
Yes, Cupid's Claws is a marathonist. This race would be too sharp for him. I'm passing this horse.
Okay, let's just go to our conclusions. Royal Ship is my top choice. I think if he runs back to the Californian, then he's going to win this race, but I also think Tripoli could win at a price, and I'll make Dr. Post my third choice. He could win, I just don't know if he wants 10 furlongs. So Royal Ship, Tripoli, Dr. Post. What are your top 2 or 3 selections?
My top choice is Royal Ship. I think he's going to fire in this race. He will be ready for a big effort. My second choice is Dr. Post. Although he's not proof at 10 furlongs, this horse has a lot of talent, and he proved that in his last race. So I think he has a late shot in this spot. And my third choice would be Express Train. I see this is a horse that always runs well, and it will be in all tickets in some pick 3s, pick 4s, or pick 5.
That's our analysis of the Pacific Classic. Let us know what you think, and we'll discuss what race to go over next week or maybe in 2 weeks.
Okay, see you next week.
All right, see you next time.